How you doing? Cheers. Welcome to Cooking While Drunk. Sipping on a little bit of vodka and some pineapple crush flavored juice drink. It's basically pineapple juice. It does have added sugar, but it's got bits of pineapple in it. And that's what I like about it.
Cheers.
Ah, delicious. What are we making today? Molé. Is it mole or mole? I don't know. What's the difference between a mole and a gopher? Just kidding.
That's not funny.
We're going to make a vegetarian, actually we're going to make a mole sauce. We're going to use it for some vegetables. I'm going to make a vegetable version for Lizzie and myself. I'm going to reserve some of the sauce and I'm going to pour it over some Cornish hens. I think that'll be really delicious. So first, what I have going on right here is I have toasted and hydrated some chilies. Liquid is still hot. Here we go. So these are the chilies that I stemmed and seeded, and then I tore them up in small pieces. I toast them in the oven at 375 for about 5 to 8 minutes, tossing them every couple of minutes just to keep them from burning. And there's a 1/4 cup of raisins in here as well. So these are going to get nice and hydrated. The liquid I'm using is half stock and half water, just to give it a little bit of flavor. And I have a plate and a bowl on it just to keep it submerged. So we're going to use 1 onion sliced up, 8 cloves of garlic. I have 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes. You can use 1.5 large tomatoes or a couple small Roma tomatoes. Just roast them in the oven at about 400 degrees, or you can put them under the broiler and get them nice and charred. But I have canned stuff and I gotta use it up. I have a 1/4 cup of peanut butter, some thyme, oregano, cinnamon, clove, peppercorns, and I have some masa harina, which I'm going to use as a thickener. Instead of using bread or tortillas, I'm going to make a little bit of a roux. And I have 4.5 cups of chicken stock. I have 4 1/4 cups. Got a 1/4 cup here for the roux, and I have 4 cups of vegetable stock here as well. Now, I have never made this before, so I'm making a vegetarian version just in case my niece wants to give it a try.
Wait, but the chicken stock.
Huh?
The chicken stock.
Sorry, it's vegetable stock.
Oh,
did I say chicken stock?
You did.
I'm sorry, it's vegetable stock.
That's what I saw in place of the chicken stock because they use
Vegetable stock. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our pan going, and we're going to saute some onions, and as soon as we're going to sweat them, sorry, not saute, we're going to sweat the onions and the garlic together. So we're going to put a little bit of oil in the pan and sweat them. It'll take about 8 minutes, and then we'll move on. Cheers. Cheers, welcome back. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Follow me, Cooking While Drunk, at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So now our onions are nice and sweated. We're going to puree everything up. We're going to add our 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes. I have here 1/4 cup of peanut butter. This is the smooth kind. You can use chunky, you can use whole peanuts if you want, with or without the red shells. I just went with peanut butter. And I was debating on using peanut butter because, I don't know, I'm not a big peanut butter fan.
Well, you're the odd one out in our house.
I don't know. I mean, I don't mind peanut butter, I would eat it.
Annika and I eat spoonfuls of peanut butter.
I can do that too, but so we have our oregano. This is about a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 3 peppercorns, thyme, 1 clove. We're going to put the lid on, and we're going to puree this. Trying not to laugh. There's a creature behind you.
There's nobody behind me.
There was a creature behind you doing a funny dance.
You can't prove it.
I forgot. I'm gonna add the chilies first. So these are the, you see how like now they're nice and soft? And you can't tell me you can't hear that creature. Nice and soft. So did I tell you what I put in here? This is 3 ounces of peppers. I did about 1.5 ounces of pasilla peppers. Those are kind of long and reddish brown. And about 1.5 ounces of anchos. Now the anchos came from our yard. They're poblanos. I waited for them to turn red. I picked them and I just dried them.
Oh, that's what anchos are?
Yes, anchos are the dried ground version
Of red.
of pasillas. Of poblanos, sorry. Some people could say pasillas are the dried version of poblanos, which is not correct.
Okay.
Pasillas are actually a different pepper than poblanos, but they look very similar. So, just gonna squeeze out some of the juice. You don't need all that liquid because we're gonna be adding chicken stock anyways. Normally I would save this liquid and use it, but because it's got vegetable stock instead of chicken stock, actually it wasn't quite that flavorful. There we go.
I think
Make sure you
it's
get all the
flavorful, it just needs salt.
Well, yeah, this is just the liquid, so I think I am going to use it because I can use it in other dishes. I'm probably going to freeze it.
Yeah, it has a nice earthy flavor.
When I make my chili or stew, that'll be a great addition. So I'm going to lid this up, give it another whirl. Add a little liquid to it. Give it a little jump start, so I'm going to add some of this liquid. Oop, as I'm making a mess.
Hey, is it really cooking if you don't make a mess? I mean,
Look at that.
that's
I
how
made
I
a
feel.
huge mess. There we go. I'm ignoring somebody.
Isn't it nice to ignore people?
I'm still trying to figure out how to use this blender. It's new for me.
I know, you rarely use it. You've had it for a while, but you don't use it very often.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
There we go. I think I cranked it up too high to start with. Now it's going. Turn it up. There we go. Now I'm going to add in our onion and garlic. And I'm just doing them at different stages because everything has different textures. And the chilies actually would take longer to puree than the onion because the onions are already soft. There we go. Come on. I gotta give another stir. I think that's what I need to do. I would like to get a Vitamix eventually. Alright, so now you see we have our nice little paste here. So this will be good. So if you wanted to stop here and save it, you can put it in jars and store it in the fridge. And then you can thin it out later with your stock or your broth. Or we can do what we're going to do, which is add it to our broth. So I have some vegetable stock here. I'm heating up. In a bowl, I'm going to whisk some masa harina and some chicken stock.
Vegetable
stock.
Vegetable stock.
This is a 1/4 cup masa harina and a 1/4 cup of vegetable stock. I need to grab a whisk, or I'll just use chopsticks. You just want to make it a little, it's kind of like making a roux without the heat. You can call it roux, you can call it a slurry, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so now we're going to wait for the vegetable stock to come up to a simmer, and we'll be right back. Cheers, welcome back. Once again, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So we've got our little slurry slash roux. Gonna add it to our stock, a little bit at a time. Oop, try not to splash. And I forgot to mention, this is also a Molé Rojo. So do you notice there is no chocolate in it? What else I'm not missing? And you notice I haven't put any salt yet either, because the stock is a little bit on the salty side. And so I will add the salt as this simmers down. And now I can adjust it from there. Let me grab my whisk. There we go. So whisk this until it's nice and smooth. So I'm going to whisk this until everything's incorporated. This will take about 3 minutes, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Just in time. Tyler Reddick won today's race. I'm sure by the time this video posts, it'll be old news. But today's the second race of the round of 8. I'm a big NASCAR fan, just so you know, in case you haven't guessed it yet. All right, so now let's add everything in. So we're gonna add all this in. We're gonna stir it up, and we're gonna let it simmer for about an hour. Yes, it's gonna take that long. Like I said, I've never made this before. So as it cooks down, it'll thicken. If I think it gets a little too thick, I might just use some of that reserved liquid from the chili peppers to thin it out with. Now, I did save some here because I'm gonna make some with chicken stock, and I'm gonna reserve this. So I'm gonna do my Cornish hens, and I think I'm gonna do those in the oven, in the roasting pan. Yeah, I think that'll be good. So this is gonna take about an hour to simmer down. So I have it on a bare simmer. So this will take an hour, and we'll be back. So don't forget, hit like and subscribe. Welcome back. So our mole has been simmering for about an hour. Look how delicious and luscious it looks. So here I have some potatoes. They are red, gold, and purple potatoes. About a half of a fat carrot and half of an onion in huge chunks. Just give them a little bit of a saute. I'm not really looking for some color, just looking to get some of the flavor extracted out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our mole sauce to it. So this is going to take about another 5 minutes, and then we're going to add our sauce, and we're going to cook it, and we're going to add some tofu as well. All right, so don't forget, cheers, hit like and subscribe, and tell me if you liked, tell me you didn't like. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Cheers. I'm feeling pretty good. That's my Bubba J. If you don't know who Bubba J is, look it up. I've been watching NASCAR and drinking beer. Actually, I was watching NASCAR all day today.
The funny thing is, you have enough drinks, you really do sound like that.
So I transferred some of the mole to my little saucepan. So as you saw, I sauteed my vegetables. I'm going to add them to the pot. I'm going to let these simmer for about 2 minutes, just so they start to get soft. Mix it up. I still have some reserve of the sauce, so in case I need to add more, or if I need to thin it out, I can always add some chicken vegetable stock. Huh?
I said vegetable.
Vegetable stock, yes. Or water. Either water would work too. Actually, let me check. Yeah. So this is going to take probably about, I want to say 10 minutes, because I'm still going to add some tofu. And tofu doesn't need any time at all. Alright, as you can see here, I've got my little Cornish hens as well. I did the Cornish hens with a little bit of chicken stock, and these are done. These are already at tempering at 170 degrees. Poultry usually needs to be done about 165, but because I split them, I just want to make sure that they're done. So I temp them at 170 so I can kill this heat here. I'm going to put this spoon in the sink because this has chicken stock and this does not. Alright, so see you in about 8 minutes. Cheers. Where's my drink?
Gotta find it.
I gotta get another one. Oh, here it is. Cheers. Don't forget, hit like and subscribe. That grape vodka is good. Alright, so the carrots are still a little firm, potatoes are getting soft. Time to add in the tofu. And we're just going to give it a little bit of a gentle fold. And this is extra firm tofu with this sauce. Alright, so we're going to let this sit for probably about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. But I am going to put the lid on so that will trap in some of the heat and maybe the tofu absorbs some of that flavor. It smells so good in here and I'm trying to dive into that chicken right now. So, alright, see you in a few minutes. Bye. Cheers, welcome back. Well, we're done. Look at how thick and luscious this looks. So it only took about 10 minutes for the tofu to absorb all that flavor, and yes, I was sampling throughout the time. So here we have a little bit of rice, and spoon it right on over.
And this is the vegetarian one, right?
Yes, the vegetarian one. Get a little bit of these green onion tops. Actually,
for me, you can add more because I like the green onion tops.
oh, these are mild in flavor. So these are actually the Mexican grilling onions. And I just cut off some of the tops. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Alright, cheers. Once again, let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. Let me know what you want to see. I actually woke up in the middle of the morning and says, I want to make mole. Or early morning, I should say. And I want to make mole today. And this is what came out. Alright, cheers. Have a good night.